Sun Devils will put total leather to crank us up. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. First down here for the offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The offense set for a first down play. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference,
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And this dude knows how to get after quarterbacks. Last week he had 3 sacks. He gets his first today. I'll tell you what, you better know where he is before the ball snapped every single play.
Motion from the offense. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on 4th down in his own territory. Quarterback checking off. On 4th down, trying to find his man. They're trying to get to it. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Tell you what, coaches catch heat a lot nowadays, especially on social media. I expect him to catch a lot of heat. 4th down, long yardage situation on your own territory, and you want to go for it, and you fail, and you're surprised. You definitely shouldn't be surprised. Just don't check your mentions, dog.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
pickup. They come to the line, 2nd and 7. Caught in the backfield, it's Ray. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time, it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag beside the quarterback, and this might be a roughing call. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. He's going to pass. And the pass hits, picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball's going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
Using the quick game. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. Pressure coming. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Fires one high and deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. So they're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Sun Devils are marching down the field.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages, it tells a huge...
He's got it inside the 25. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. And the Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll just keep slinging it. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make a catch.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Arizona State! And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. passes through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
The big pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. Quick completion on the out route. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the first down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation. Throw the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the first down.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Now they'll run it to the right here. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun on 3rd down. Catch in the middle, it's Davis. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Give to the running back. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They go to the ground. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Smashes through.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth-quarter game.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Snags it over the middle. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Going to take a shot at this DB. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Getting some heat. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Lost one deep down the right side. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
And those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. Now adjusting. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. Ready to fire from the pistol. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires complete on the crosser. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. The Mountaineers are in the hurry up. The lone back's got it. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
I think the offensive coordinators over there going, thank goodness we don't play them every week. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to find something moving forward that they can hang their hat on, some kind of identity. Today they were shut down, but listen, there's a game next week, right? Like, got to continue to find what it is that makes this team go, that makes them tick, that makes them get 1st downs, and then hopefully move the football.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Ray. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And the Mountaineers are flying down the field. He's looking to throw it. Good timing on the quick out. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Mountaineers will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. stopping him short on fourth down.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Trying to find his man on first down. Lofts one high and deep. He's got it inside the 30. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona State. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. It's a fake, and the kicker's going to throw it. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. The 20. He's at the 10. He took that baby all the way to the house. A pick 2, as it were.
Great job on special teams. Getting penetration, getting the block. You've got the convoy. It's a scoop score, 2 points the other way.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
And I like you got the first down of the drive. So maybe you can build on this now. I would play with some tempo, obviously getting closer to halftime here. Maybe create some momentum, get a score here, and cut into this lead.
I'll tell you, if you're going to throw it to the perimeter of the field against zone coverage, you got to have really good anticipation at quarterback, and you saw it there. He threw that before his guy had even turned around. Accurate throw. They're in.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
We haven't even gotten to halftime yet. This offense has their hands full trying to keep this quarterback standing up straight. They've already given up multiple sacks. That's the biggest reason why they're trailing by as much as they are. They better go in at halftime and make some big-time adjustments.
Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn it.
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
You can't give points away when you're a QB. You have to understand, I got to be aggressive, and it's tough in the red zone because those are really tight windows. But man, the one thing I cannot do is turn the football over. I got to make sure I get points. Really poor decision.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. On second down, looking to throw. Makes a connection.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
The offense failed to convert on fourth down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. Quarterback will audible. On On fourth down, they're taking to the air. He'll take another shot here. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
And I tell you what, I can justify when it's really short, but when it's fourth and medium on your side of the territory, man, that success rate continues to plummet down, and now they've just set this off.
Looking for the end zone. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. First down here for the offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why the offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got a man, it's Davis. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
They'll go to the air. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback can't get away, and down he goes. No time left on the clock. They passed on the field goal try, and they'll get nothing like it. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Mountaineers will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Black. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, but tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right, that pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking football game.
On the move, he fires. Got him downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
It's caught downfield, and he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Sun Devils. And the pummeling has started.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. They run the reverse. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. Looking to move it through the air. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Dropping back, it's Burton. Gonna take a shot. And that pass intercepted. Taking it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
RD, what a play by the safety, and then the free safety specifically. When you're playing cover 2 and you're sitting back at half the field responsibility, you got to see the formation and you got to understand the quarterback. You're watching the quarterback's eyes and reading him. He takes him right to the football. Free safety jumps the route, makes the INT.
Coming after it. They get to him as he throws. He's got it. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They'll throw it on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Trying to get to him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Movement here from the tight end. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Going for it all. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Defense is about negative plays, creating negative plays and creating turnovers. What a great job, not only creating the interception, but doing something after. You see the blocks after the interception, return it almost back to the house, and now you set your offense up with great field position.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Looking to pass. It's Burton. Fires to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. The Mountaineers will hustle to the line. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on 4th down.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Firing to the right, complete.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Fires on the move. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. Looking to throw for it. Throws to the tight end. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Sun Devils come to the line fresh set of downs. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Back to the air one more time. Pocket starts to collapse. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
You got to love the aggressive nature this defense is playing with right now, and you're seeing the athletes and the dudes they've got up front. A sack on the last play. They hit the quarterback on this last one. Now 3rd down, you know they're going to be pinning their ears back.
The throw. Working that left side now. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Despite coming up short on the previous 2 4th down attempts, this offense will try it here again. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 4th down, looking for the completion. They're trying to get to it. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
Well, that play never had a chance. On 4th down, they're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on 4th.
Looking to the big tight end. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, 3rd down, 4th down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He's going to fire to the left. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. And the Sun Devils trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Power ahead. Touchdown, Arizona State. And the route is on. They'll line up to go for 2. Man, did he show some hops for that one.
Some serious vertical right there. I tell you what, everybody in front of you, hey, I'll go by air if I need to. Good job getting in the air, getting the touchdown.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you...
He's off to the races. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
And those are tough passes. throw for the quarterback to make, and I think that's when you see the majority of the misses.
And it's picked off for the third time today. Got room on the return. Inside the 30. Inside the... Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Power football with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He leaves it with his back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Until that to this defense, though. They played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Across the 25, he's got room. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
They'll run it on first and goal. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Grabbed behind the line. It's Farmer. And they knock him down in the backfield. Outstanding play by the defense. They'll look to throw on third and goal. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown Mountaineers. Here comes the two-point try. Looking for a man. It's Burton. Finds his big tight end. He gets the two-point conversion as they draw ever closer. So they start in a great spot, move the ball 34 yards, and they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They'll start this drive with a pass. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds, an excellent field position for this offense. On first down, here comes this offense. He wants to throw. Looking down the middle. Complete to the right. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Mountaineers come to the line in the hurry-up. With the catch, it's Ward. Open space at the 25. Touchdown, West Virginia. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Black. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution.
He's loose down the middle. Past the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Arizona State. And the punishment has been extended. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. Leaves it with the back. Got room to work. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. He'll come out throwing on first down. And the timing just a hair off. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job on the defense.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Trying to take it back. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Sun Devils! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just can.
Looking to convert the two, and he will not. The defense gets to him with the sack. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Quick completion on the out. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for
on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
He'll pull it down.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The Mountaineers want to move quickly.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. And the Mountaineers getting set on 1st and 10.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing. And now they'll try to get the two-point conversion, guys. Back to throw, it's Burton. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
West Virginia, 23.
The returner will field it and bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes.
Makes the grab on the left side. And the big game, and they've got it on the 46.
There were very big expectations surrounding this guy coming into the season. He's delivered week in, week out. With that last catch, he's now got over 1,000 yards receiving on the year.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And he makes the catch inside the 20. Some might have the philosophy of milk the clock. Others have this philosophy. Just keep going at him.
Yeah, until you stop me. And I think the offense, you can tell, it's pretty clear. They're going to keep their foot on the gas, continuing to throw.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he drops to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Just 1 for 3 on fourth down today, but they'll try to move those chains with this play. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed fourth down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
From the gun. It's complete. Dances away again. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
With that last touchdown, it looks like they're going to start this season 4-0. You've got to be impressed with what you've seen so far from this team. We knew coming in on paper this team had a chance this season, but until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. They've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The two-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can...
Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
Let's go. We got some life.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. The Mountaineers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Quickly complete. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking to throw, it's Burton. Going for 6. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will. Two-point conversion attempt is coming. From the gun. It's complete to the left. He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for 2 does not work out. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Quarterback checking the play. Looking to go up top on 1st down. He'll take a shot. He's got it in the end zone for another touchdown, and this is a full-fledged beatdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Looking to throw. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
The attempt at the two-point conversion is no good.
Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick.
66, West Virginia, 29.
They got it, able to recover the onside kick, and they get the offense right back out there. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the...
And that is interception number 3 on the day. Bringing the heat. After making the interception, he sets up his offense by running it back to the 39.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're
unleashes one deep. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Comes out throwing on first down. Looking deep down the right side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, Arizona State.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Wants to throw on first down. He's not afraid to go deep. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better.